Hey, it's V Lee here, and you are watching the Real Estate Baller Show. We are a growing channel, and we've been growing organically, and we could really use your help. So can you hit that subscribe button and share this episode with a friend? It helps us more than you know and allows us to help more people to reach financial freedom through real estate. Thanks. And enjoy this episode.
We talk about fears are just thoughts, right? Fear is, something that's never happened yet. You're worried about something that's going to happen. And so if I start to have fear about something, I'll journal like, what's the real fear? What's the worst case scenario? What could really go wrong? What am I really, really scared of? And sometimes I get a lot of clarity that way, just journaling it out, writing it out, getting it out of here and on paper helps clear up some headspace. So how about you? I know you like to meditate. So my question for you would be, when you have fear popping in your head and whatever that fear might be, how do you have the mindset and how do you put a plan together to get out of that fear? What do you do?
Good questions. Let me think on this because I don't fear a lot.
So talk about that. Why is that? Has it always been that way for you?
I just don't, right? Okay. The only fear, I suppose, the only true fear that I had is that my time may be cut shorter than I planned. That's the only fear I had. Whatever I want to do, I'm not finished.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something we can't control. But for everything else, I just think that if there's something that I don't know, there's always somebody out there that know. And so, go talk to people, find out who's the experts in this thing, and talk to them. And that's soft because fear is what? Fear is something we don't know, right? At the end of the day, it's just something you don't know yet. And so I tie it back to what you said, education, learning. I haven't made $1 on this podcast, but I've talked to a lot of people and I love it.
So have you always been that way though? Where you just really have kind of been, you haven't been really too fearful to...
Well, I fear more physical fear, okay, I'm afraid I'll get hurt when I do something crazy. Like if I go skiing or what is it? Not skiing. What's the other thing? Snowboarding, right?
Yeah.
You get physical hurt. But that's about the only fear that I fear, but never fear of I can't do this kind of fear.
What about fear I don't know what to do? Which direction to go?
When I have those moments, what am I going to do? I pray. And, I pray to Buddha. I would ask myself, or I ask Buddha, just give me guidance. And I really dig deep in what is it that V wants to accomplish. At the end of this, if this is successful, what does it look like? So I focus on the end result, pictures of the pictures, the image, the impact that I want to make. And then I work it backwards. So what is missing? That's what is preventing me from doing this thing. So at the end of the day, it's just now become okay, so what don't I know? What I need to get there. It's more so of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you if I'm understanding you right, you're looking at the vision of you, call it 5 years from now. What do I want the vision of V to look like? The future V, not the present V, who I am now, and then what would happen? What would need to happen in order for me to have that vision of me?
Yeah.
Is that right?
What does picture perfect look like? What kind of house does V want to live in? What kind of daughter does V want to have? What lifestyle do I want to have? Who I want to help, who I want to talk to every day. I look at that and then I look at what I'm doing now. Is it helping me to get there or is it not helping me to get there?
So what have you had to cut out? Can you give me an example of something where you had to either cut it out or do something different to get to the version of you that you want to be or want to be?
All right. So this may go the wrong way with people, right?
What it's all about.
So first I cut out alcohol. That's good for me, right? I didn't know that was bad. So alcohol, I think that's the physical thing.
Completely out?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Occasionally, if good friends are in town, do I have a little bit of fun with them so I don't have to go through the whole spiel explaining things? Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing. People. There's certain people in my life that they were fun to hang out with, but they haven't really helped with my growth or vision, or nor do they care, right?
Right.
So people that I've I guess, cut out. Not, maybe it's mutual, but we have different vision now. We have different path now. So I think the older you get, the further you go in life to try to accomplish your goal, you start losing a lot of friends. You have less and less friends, right?
I find you have less friends, but deeper relationships with the ones that you have.
That's true. Like people that you don't talk to all the time, but you still are good friends. And so that, what else have I cut out? A lot of the material things, you know, like when I was younger, having an expensive purse was like, okay, it helped define me, but now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
So material things that I cut out. I've been asked a lot about passive investment. And let's be real, there is nothing passive about being a landlord unless you have a really good property management company. So if you own an Airbnb or a short-term rental and you want to get back your time, please give our team at Buzz Vacation Rental a call at 281-549-8432 or go to our website at pm.buzzvacationrentals.com.